Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. So, got another request from Jennifer Harrison, and I'm going to read to you what she wrote on the Buy Me a Coffee. She said, "This is another Outback story. This is a news interview with a lady cattle farmer who discovered a girl that had been missing in Western Australia for 12 days. This Caroline Wilga from Germany had planned to travel around some remote areas of Australia, but her vehicle had failed. So she wandered on foot into a huge nature reserve without provisions or directions. It was a big mistake. She was extremely lucky to be found alive and well by this woman. So, all right, man, let's get into this and listen to this story. So we'll go to the intro and right into the video.
She did an amazing job to survive. Like she told me, like she was in a cave for a couple of days, you know. So she, she was resilient. I mean, you'd have to have a lot of determination to survive. 12 days is pretty incredible, really.
Yeah. Can you just run me through like that starting? Were you out trying to look for her?
I went out to actually send a picture to the police. Not the day that I found her, the day before. So I'd been out in the reserve because that's the only way I can do that. I've got Wi-Fi calling. That doesn't show for. You can't send pictures through Messenger. Message. No. So I went out there and I thought, no, I'll just keep looking. And I went probably 3/4 of the way down the reserve, down to the grid, and then I turned around and came back. But I checked just tracks and things like that, because you can tell tracks last a long time in here. But it had rained, see, and that would have made it hard for anybody to find her anyway. And so I kept. Wow.
What made you want to start looking? You know, did you think you just had a hunch that she could be out there close by to you, or?
My friends kept saying, "You'll find her," and I go, "No, I don't think so." You know, it would be nice, but yeah, because you know, the odds of finding anybody after 12 days are really remote. Like alive, and she was well, thin but well, fragile, yes. Because I mean, yeah, and the midges are bad this time of year, and yeah, they had bitten her. But you know, other than she was remarkably well, you know, for a person that had been out in the bush for 12 days.
Yeah, absolutely
incredible.
And so, how many days had you been looking for? And run me through that moment when you first saw her. I don't do Facebook. I didn't know she was missing, and the police rang me to ask me whether I had employed any backpackers, and I said no. They knew the story, no. But and they sent me the link, and then because this area is what it is, they wanted to find out if anybody else had any phone numbers, contact numbers, and that from people. And that's how it kind of started. And then I looked out to the west, and I found some tracks, obviously not hers. And I thought, I had to go down into the reserve to send them off, and then just kind of kept looking from there. Absolutely.
Because there are tracks through the reserve, and I go looking for my cattle often, and that's how I know. So no.
And so just run me through that time yesterday afternoon. You're out looking. What was that?
Well, no, I had gone into Beacon to pick up my trailer of all things, and I was really unsettled because no one had found her, and I wasn't going until she'd been found. And then I was coming back, and I saw her she was on the side of the road, and then she just walked out and waved her hands, and I knew who it was. I mean, who else would be out here, really, to be honest? But yeah, she what a relieved sight. I knew who she was. It's
You immediately recognised her?
Yes, yeah, straight away.
And did she call for your help? Did she how
Oh
did she
no, I
react?
stopped and I just went out and gave her a hug and said, look, everybody's been looking for you. She couldn't believe it. She didn't realise how long. And she said, oh, her mum, it's been too long. Her mum, she was concerned about her mum. Yeah.
Was she emotional? What did she?
Oh yeah, well, everybody would be if you've been missing for 12 days, and the
This
chance
lady.
of
Oh, I
me
gotta stop
going
this
down
anyway.
that
Let me
road, meeting
pause
up
this.
with her.
Sorry, y'all.
was in-
I get wrapped up in these stories. Let me back it up. But this lady's personality is just inviting. She just seems like she's just this warm-hearted, funny person, and she's just being real. She's not paying attention that, she's got a big old camera in her face, and she's just telling the story, of being out there in a desolated part of the world and finding this young girl. And, these reporters, man, they want to know every detail. What color were her eyes? Was her hair needing to be washed? Just crazy stuff. So, she's not anticipating these questions. She's just a normal person who just had an epiphany, and that's just how things happen, man. You just never know the reasons why, but sometimes you just feel you were put there in that place for a reason. And I'm sure, I can't speak for her, but that's how I would feel.
Everybody would be if you've been missing for 12 days, and the chance of me going down that road and meeting up with her was incredible.
Yep.
She didn't hear me when I went down, so she wasn't at that spot. And the day before when I looked, she wasn't at that spot either. And she heard my cows, and she thought that there was water, and that's where she went to. And there's beehives just
That's smart, though.
about 500 metres away, I suppose. And she'd gone there and got a drink as well.
Yeah, wow.
One amazing lady. Yeah.
So how much time did you get to spend with her before
Oh.
she was taken with the police? And
Oh well, it's 60 k's into Beacon and then a little bit. So yeah, probably I don't know, hour I suppose.
and did you
I
talk
think-
a lot? I mean, you just said
Oh
some
yeah,
stories
we
about-
did. We did.
So
Yeah.
tell me what
Oh,
did
she said, you're my guardian angel. I go, well, I don't know. I don't know about that, but she is. She's just one very lucky person. Yeah.
Did you hear much? Did she explain much about her experience over the last 12 days that you said she was?
Not really. She said she didn't see any native animals, and she said the country is, diverse. And I said, yeah, it certainly is. Yeah. But she didn't see any native animals, and I'm thinking, well, it's pretty good for her that she didn't, because, there's dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you get a grasp of what she was doing for food, for sleeping, for anything like that? I mean,
No, she did say she found a cave to sleep in for 2 days, but other than that, no. It's just kind of, trying to get her back to reality, I suppose. I mean, it's, But no, she didn't say anything else, really.
Yeah.
She was, she didn't know what day it was. And
Understandable.
I suppose you would lose track of how many days. But it was just incredible because she trekked overland, no shoes on, and I'm thinking it must be about 50 k's.
It seems.
I think, if not more.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
seems impossible to even believe. Were you just in a state of shock yourself? I mean.
Oh, I was a bit, but I thought it probably was meant to be. Like, she was
I
so
agree.
lucky. I did say that, she just, she wasn't meant to go this time.
No.
Remember that. Tell your grandkids that, you know.
How,
Here.
how are you? Just finally.
Yep, it's all right.
How are you sitting with this? 24 hours have nearly passed now. She's I'm sure feeling
Well,
better.
I'm
and,
hoping
yeah.
that she is good and her parents. I actually thought that maybe I could get service, but you can't. There's only certain places in the reserve you can get service. That she could have rung them up, but we didn't ask for that. But she was very polite. She was a very nice person, and incredibly lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
You know what the weather's like now. It was a lot worse than that. Well, in all the time she's been out there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And sorry, was just thinking of it. Did she explain it all to you? Like, did she have a mobile phone? Did it die?
No,
Did it not?
she had
have
nothing. She had nothing. Nothing on her.
How did she? Do you know how she got in that position?
No,
You know?
no, and she didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, after you've been out that time, yeah. I mean, it will come back to her, but no.
She was in a bit of a state of delirium or like shock or just yeah.
Maybe shock. I think
Yeah,
shock,
shock,
probably of being
yeah.
found. I would be. yeah. And
I
actually,
love this lady.
yeah, I think so. But no, she was, she's very polite, very nice. Yeah, no, she was good. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a very, very lucky person. That's all I can say.
What a
Right already. I got to give credit where credit's due, so I didn't stop it. So yeah, I mean, what a lucky young lady, but what a guardian angel the farmer was, with a great sense of humor, and I'm sure she just exuded this motherly persona about her. And I'm sure that young girl, she could have been like she said, you guys got a lot of dangerous animals out there in Australia. And I mean, I did a video on one of them, of all the, and I know it didn't cover all of them, but so she's extremely lucky. Like that lady said, it wasn't her time to go, man. You just never know. Just never know when you leave house, leave your when you leave civilization, you never know what's out there for you. And it sounded like this girl kept her head on her shoulders and just didn't lie down and let other people just come find her and rescue her. It sounded like she did walking. She probably tried. I mean, there's some, I've been through some survival schools in the Marine Corps, and there's things that we are taught to navigate without any maps or any compass or anything like that. But she's a tourist, man. She didn't know all of that stuff, and good on her. I mean, all right, you dads out there, when your daughters are going to a foreign country, you got to make sure that they're prepared. They'll always be your daughter. I don't care how old you are. My daughter, one daughter's in her 40s and one daughter's in her 30s, but I still cringe every time it rains and I know they have to drive to downtown Dallas to go to work. Is your tires aired up? Just use your phone charge, because you never know if you're going to be on the side of the road. Because I know my daughters, if they got a flat tire, neither one of them are going to call their significant other. They're calling dad, and I'm going to go have to change a flat tire. But I'll be dad until the good Lord sees fit to take me home, I guess. So, but that lady is somebody you would like to just sit in the chair with and just shoot the shit with. Sorry for my language. And I know all my supporters, who are on this channel, that they are not offended by my colorful language sometimes. So, all right, y'all, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for spending your time here. Thank you, Jennifer, for the request. And till I see y'all again, I'll catch you down the road. Let's go into the outro. Bye, y'all.